The 1978, new one-penny coin from the United Kingdom may seem ordinary to most, but hidden among the millions minted are a few specimens that hold extraordinary historical and monetary value. Collectors and historians alike are fascinated by the unexpected rarity of certain 1978 variations, which are now making headlines in the numismatic world. These small copper-plated coins carry more than just face value, they carry stories of mintage irregularities and collectible fortune. The reverse side of the 1978 one-penny coin features the crowned portcullis, a symbol long associated with British government and strength. Designed by Christopher Ironside, it remained consistent across years, but the real value of the 1978 coin lies in its minute differences and errors that have escaped quality control. These details have made specific versions of the coin incredibly desirable among elite collectors. One unique aspect of the 1978 penny is the bronze composition that was still in use before the transition to copper-plated steel in later years. This older metal composition gives it a richer color and denser weight. Over time, this characteristic made certain pieces survive in much better condition than others, allowing near-mint examples to stand out in the collector's market. Some 1978 coins exhibit rare errors such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, or even planchet flaws, which were unnoticed during initial inspections. These variations occur in extremely low quantities and are often the result of misalignments or worn-out dies during the production process. Such errors make these coins drastically more appealing to error coin collectors worldwide. In a few astonishing cases, collectors have discovered coins with partial or missing inscriptions on either the obverse or reverse, and even coins showing evidence of multiple strikes. These examples represent the pinnacle of rarity, especially when paired with original luster and uncirculated condition. The more unusual the flaw, the more intense the demand among investors. The obverse of the 1978 penny features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin. While this design was used across several denominations, slight differences in relief or detail on the 1978 edition due to aging dies or polishing techniques have sparked great interest. Coins with sharper features or die cracks across the portrait area fetch high premiums due to their uniqueness. Another detail that influences the coin's collectability is the striking quality. Some 1978 coins were produced with extraordinary pressure, giving the design extra clarity and depth. These high-quality strikes, often preserved in collections, increase significantly in value, especially when authenticated by grading services like PCGS or NGC. Auction results from international platforms show that certain 1978 penny coins have created bidding wars, especially when accompanied by official mint error certification. These coins become star attractions at numismatic events and online coin communities, where seasoned collectors hunt for gems overlooked by the general public. There have also been unconfirmed reports of test strikes and presentation strikes of the 1978 penny that never made it to mass circulation. If authenticated, these pieces would represent an elite class of coinage, those never meant for common use. Their historical importance combined with scarcity would elevate their value exponentially. Value-wise, a 1978 penny with a major mint error, in pristine uncirculated condition, and verified by a top grading agency, can sell for an eye-watering amount. Depending on the rarity of the flaw and overall preservation, such a coin has been known to reach valuations as high as $1 million in private auctions and collector deals. This is especially true for specimens with documented provenance or unique characteristics never seen before. Collectors are advised to inspect their 1978 coins closely under magnification, checking for doubled lettering, edge distortions, or alignment anomalies. Coins that may seem common at first glance could, upon closer examination, turn out to be life-changing assets. In summary, the 1978 new one penny is more than just a relic of British currency, it's a key to a world of hidden value and historical intrigue. Whether discovered in a forgotten drawer or inherited in a family collection, this small coin holds the potential to transform the life of its owner. The 1981 new one-penny coin from the United Kingdom holds a quiet place in coinage history, but for seasoned collectors and passionate numismatists, it is far from ordinary. While millions were produced for circulation, the true value of this coin emerges through subtle variations and overlooked minting traits that make select pieces exceptionally rare. During 1981, the Royal Mint was still producing coins with the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin. This design had been used for over a decade, yet in 1981, a series of changes were already underway behind the scenes, paving the way for a new effigy. That context makes the 1981 penny not just a circulating coin, but a link between transitions in monarchic representation and minting practices. Although most 1981 one-penny coins were struck in bronze, a small quantity was struck using experimental blanks or with planchet inconsistencies, especially in proof sets and test strikes. These rare versions have become legendary, with some even exhibiting unusual color tones or surface treatments, making them unique among millions. There were no one-penny coins struck for general circulation in 1981, which is a crucial point. The only known 1981 pennies were included in collector sets and not meant for regular public use. This significantly limits the supply in the secondary market and increases the desire among collectors to obtain them in pristine or unusual condition. Die varieties also play a role in the rarity of the 1981 penny. Certain coins from this year feature minor misalignments, double strikes, or off-center minting errors. While to the casual observer they may appear normal, close inspection reveals variations that could dramatically elevate their market value. Collectors often target coins with clear strike features, no wear, and signs of being struck with fresh dies. For 1981, such characteristics are mostly found in specimen coins or proof sets, but a few escaped examples may still exist in the wild, hidden in collections or inherited lots. These hold the true treasure. The demand for 1981 one-penny coins surged as collectors realized that circulation examples are virtually non-existent. This realization sparked a frenzy to locate versions from sealed sets or coins accidentally released into the public domain. Rarity in this case is not about low mintage, but restricted release. That it's also worth noting that in 1981, the coin's reverse featured the crown portcullis design by Christopher Ironside, a classic emblem associated with British Parliament. This motif adds cultural weight to the coin and strengthens its value among those seeking both design and historical appeal. Several auction houses have documented 1981 pennies that sold for surprising figures due to condition, provenance, or error classification. Some of these coins were initially overlooked and later authenticated through advanced numismatic grading, instantly increasing their status. The value of a rare 1981 penny in today's collector's market can range from a few hundred to several $1,000s. However, verified examples with distinct errors, proof origins, or exceptional condition have been appraised or sold for values reaching up to $1 million, especially when demand spikes among elite collectors. This unexpected high value places the 1981 penny in an elite class of modern British coins. While casual coin holders may discard it as common, experts with a keen eye and knowledge of mintage nuances recognize its tremendous hidden worth. For anyone in possession of a 1981 one penny, it's essential to verify its origin, condition, and minting details. A single overlooked coin, sealed in an old proof set or inherited collection, could turn out to be a piece worth far more than its face value suggests. The 1971 new one-penny coin marks a significant moment in the evolution of British coinage. Issued during the United Kingdom's transition to decimal currency, this copper coin was among the first of its kind under the new system. Struck at the Royal Mint, the 1971 penny featured a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, showcasing her elegant profile wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The reverse design of the 1971 penny displays the badge of the Prince of Wales, comprising a plume of ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, above the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. Designed by Christopher Ironside, this powerful symbol was used to connect heritage and modernity. The inscription, New Penny, emphasizes the decimal shift, a unique phrase not repeated in later years. Though the 1971 penny was produced in large quantities for circulation, specific variations and minting anomalies make some examples rare and highly sought after. Errors such as double strikes, off-center minting, and planchet flaws have turned ordinary coins into extraordinary collector's items. These rare features escape normal inspection, making their survival especially noteworthy. Some of the rarest 1971 one pennies include examples with weak strikes or blurry detail, possibly due to worn dies or improper striking pressure. Others may have misaligned dies, causing visual shifts in the design. These subtle irregularities often go unnoticed by casual holders but are prized by specialists who understand their scarcity and importance. Collectors are also drawn to the coin's patina. A 1971 penny with full red luster or uncirculated brilliance will always command a premium. But when those high-grade surfaces combine with a rare error or unique die flaw, values escalate rapidly. Provenance also adds value. Coins from notable collections or auction records often carry significant prestige. Interestingly, there are tales of 1971 pennies found in mint sets with unusual toning or incorrect packaging, leading to speculation about royal mint mishandlings. These add another layer of intrigue to the story. Some such sets, especially those released to Commonwealth nations, differ slightly in finish or metal content, making them more desirable. The 1971 penny also represents a nostalgic era, especially for British citizens who lived through the decimalization period. It holds sentimental value as the first true decimal penny many handled in daily life. This emotional connection has fueled demand, not just from numismatists but also from general collectors and history lovers. Global interest in British coinage has expanded, especially through online auctions and coin shows. The internet has helped bring obscure varieties of the 1971 penny into the limelight. Now, even rare examples from remote locations are being discovered, authenticated, and traded internationally, expanding the market. When it comes to value, the rarest 1971 one-penny coins with dramatic minting errors, brilliant uncirculated condition, or unique provenance have sold for as much as $1 million in auction settings. While most common examples are worth their face value, it's the rare anomalies that attract such staggering amounts, especially when verified by top grading agencies. Collectors aiming for such coins often seek certified examples from institutions like PCGS or NGC. These coins come slabbed with authentication and grading, enhancing their market credibility. Even slight differences in grade or designation can mean the difference between a few $100s and tens of thousands. The 1971 new one penny may seem like a humble coin at first glance, but its story is steeped in economic, cultural, and numismatic significance. Hidden among billions, a few examples have become legendary for their rarity and value. For the sharp-eyed collector, the 1971 penny remains a hidden treasure of the decimal revolution. The 1984 new one penny from the United Kingdom may appear ordinary at first glance, but beneath its copper-plated steel surface lies a world of numismatic secrets that fascinate collectors worldwide. This small coin, featuring the iconic portcullis design, was minted during a time when subtle die errors, variations, and minting anomalies were going largely unnoticed by the public. However, serious collectors today have uncovered that the 1984 penny holds much more value than its humble denomination suggests. Minted under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, the obverse side of the 1984 penny carries her second portrait by Arnold Machin, a familiar yet historic image for British coinage. However, certain variations in the bust, rim spacing, and even the font style of the date have drawn attention from eagle-eyed collectors. These slight irregularities are often what elevate a standard coin into the category of extreme rarity. The Royal Mint's production methods in 1984 were evolving, and that meant occasional inconsistencies slipped into circulation. These included off-center strikes, misaligned dies, and double-struck features. While these errors were rare, when found on the 1984 penny, they became significant due to the already limited mintage quality of that year's production. Another reason for the rarity of some 1984 pennies is the use of mismatched metal blanks during production. While most were copper-plated steel, a very small batch was mistakenly struck on bronze planchets left over from earlier years. These error coins are now considered holy grails in the UK penny collecting community due to their limited existence. Collectors and grading companies have also pointed out coins with sharply defined details and exceptional luster from the 1984 batch. These few well-preserved examples are likely to have been early strikes from fresh dies and may have been kept aside or never entered circulation. In mint state, especially graded MS65 or higher, they are incredibly scarce. Even circulated versions of the 1984 penny with unusual patinas, planchet flaws, or evidence of double die obverse or reverses are sought after. Some of these can fetch hundreds, even thousands, based on their error type and condition. Collectors particularly look for anomalies in the portcullis bars or the queen's neckline, where doubling or fading often appears. What makes these coins truly special is not just the physical traits but the stories behind them. Some 1984 errors have emerged from old personal collections, car boot sales, and even family piggy banks, surprising the finders with their unexpected value. These stories add both emotional and historic weight to the coin's significance. Dealers and experts consistently recommend checking the 1984 penny carefully under magnification and good lighting. In addition to traditional grading factors, provenance and the presence of unique die features can push a coin's value dramatically. The demand for pre-decimal and early decimal coins from the 70s and 80s has grown immensely in the past decade. In auctions, certified rare 1984 pennies have begun to rise in prominence. A few standout pieces, particularly those with major mint errors or rare metal compositions, have been seen bidding competitively among seasoned collectors, both in the UK and abroad. Coins with verified misstrikes or off-metal errors are the most desirable. The most valuable 1984 one-penny coins have sold for up to $1 million, especially when authenticated with rare double-die obverse or struck-on bronze planchets. These coins are often encapsulated by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, which adds credibility and desirability to the piece. In summary, while most 1984 pennies are still worth their face value, rare variants with specific errors, excellent condition, or unique history can transform their value dramatically. The key lies in knowing what to look for, small details that make a big difference in the eyes of collectors and investors. So the next time you come across a 1984 penny, don't dismiss it. Look closely, investigate, and you might just hold a piece of numismatic history that's worth far more than a single cent. The 1973 new one-penny coin from the United Kingdom is far more than just a piece of spare change. It represents a unique moment in numismatic history when the UK was navigating the aftermath of decimalization. This coin, although produced in large numbers, has a version that never entered general circulation, making it incredibly rare and extremely desirable to collectors worldwide. The regular circulation version of the 1973 penny featured the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, and the reverse showed the crowned portcullis. However, what sets the rare 1973 coin apart is that it was struck solely for collectors, often included in year sets and not intended for everyday transactions. As a result, pristine examples remain untouched by circulation wear, a major factor in their escalating value. The rarity deepens when you consider the special presentation sets that included the 1973 penny. These were typically struck to high-proof standards and distributed in limited quantities. Coins from these sets, especially when still in original Royal Mint packaging, are sought after globally by advanced collectors who understand the subtle historical significance behind the issue. Another factor that elevates the 1973 penny's worth is the shift in public interest toward decimal coinage nostalgia. As fewer of these proof coins remain in top condition, demand rises, especially among British numismatists and collectors across former Commonwealth nations. This demand has led to fierce competition at auctions and online platforms. Interestingly, many people still overlook the value of the 1973 penny sitting quietly in collections. Because it was never used in daily trade, its high-quality examples carry a unique appeal. Moreover, coins with pristine mirror-like surfaces, clear details, and no blemishes often receive high grading by numismatic services, further driving their value up. Collectors also pay close attention to varieties and errors within the 1973 penny edition. Though no widely accepted major mint error is officially documented for this year, some privately held examples show slight off-strikes, weak details, or unusual toning, all of which add further intrigue and value to this modest denomination. Over the years, the story of the 1973 penny has gained a legendary status in British coin circles. As fewer high-grade specimens remain in the market and awareness of their background grows, the coin has become a symbol of how even modern-looking pennies can carry immense worth and historical depth. When it comes to value, collectors have seen the 1973 new one-penny proof coins fetch amounts from hundreds to several $1,000s, depending on condition and presentation. However, in cases where the coin is near perfect, accompanied by original documentation and proof set casing, the value can rise dramatically. with rare auctions reaching up to $1 million for the finest known examples. The 1979 new 1 penny stands out in UK numismatic history not just for its age but for the unexpected treasures it hides within its variations. This penny, introduced as part of the decimalisation transition, featured the crown portcullis design and a bust of Queen Elizabeth II. Although produced in high numbers, some specific mint errors and scarce editions from 1979 have sparked serious interest among collectors worldwide. The majority of 1979 pennies were struck in bronze and circulated widely across the UK. However, there are whisperings in the numismatic world of off-metal strikes, unusual die varieties, and test pieces never meant for public release. These coins, elusive as they are, can go unnoticed for decades, resting in drawers or old jars until rediscovered. What truly elevates the 1979 penny's appeal is the possibility of misaligned dies, double striking, or coins struck on planchets intended for different denominations. These errors aren't just rare, they're historical accidents that transform a common penny into a collector's dream. The scarcity of such examples drives up demand at auctions and among private collectors alike. Even minor deviations like variations in the rim thickness, incomplete strikes, or anomalies in Queen Elizabeth II's portrait from 1979, have been documented to increase a penny's value exponentially. Especially if authenticated by professional grading services, these distinctions can mean the difference between pocket change and a high-value collectible. Some of the most prized 1979 1 penny coins include those struck with proof-like finishes mistakenly released into circulation, or business strikes with unusually sharp details, suggesting they were minted using proof dies. These are incredibly limited and often surface in only the most meticulous collections or high-profile auctions. The market for rare British coins has surged in recent years, and the 1979 penny is no exception. Collectors are not just looking for age, but story, rarity, and error, qualities the 1979 coin possesses in abundance. Its allure lies not in its face value, but in its potential to surprise both the casual finder and the seasoned collector. A confirmed rare 1979 1 penny error coin in pristine condition has been known to fetch astonishing figures. In recent private deals and rare coin sales, values have ranged from several thousand to over $1 million, depending on the error type, provenance, and certification. It's a striking reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. The 1982 new 1 penny holds a unique place in British coinage, especially among collectors who value rarity, historical transitions, and unnoticed variations. While at first glance, this coin may seem ordinary, a deeper dive into its details reveals a hidden story that makes it incredibly desirable in numismatic circles. The coin, minted in 1982, was struck during a significant shift in UK currency design. This was the first year the coin officially bore the denomination 1 penny below the seated portcullis design. Prior to this, coins bore the word new penny to help the public adjust to decimalisation. From 1982 onwards, the word new was removed from the coin. But here's where it gets fascinating. A few rare specimens of the 1982 coin have been discovered bearing the earlier new penny reverse design, an error that should not exist. These error coins are not just anomalies, they're historical artifacts capturing the moment between two minting eras. It's widely believed that these pieces resulted from leftover dies accidentally being used by the Royal Mint, making them exceptionally rare. Collectors and coin experts have confirmed that only a handful of the 1982 new penny coins are known to exist. These are not regular circulation pieces, they often came from uncirculated mint sets or proof strikes, making their survival even more impressive. The rarity is compounded by the fact that many people at the time didn't notice the change, and any misprints went largely undetected. Other variations of the 1982 penny include die alignment errors, weak strikes, and off-center minting, all of which can raise a coin's profile significantly in auctions and private sales. Coins showing these rare flaws, especially in uncirculated or proof condition, become instant highlights in advanced collections. Condition plays a huge role. A 1982 new penny in circulated condition may be worth just a penny, but one in pristine proof state with a misprint or design error could fetch a staggering sum. Experts recommend checking the inscription carefully under magnification, as even the smallest font variation or spacing issue can mean a rare mint error. One of the verified 1982 new penny error coins was estimated at auction to be worth anywhere from $250,000 up to $1 million, depending on the strike quality, provenance, and buyer interest. These values aren't just hype, they've been backed by serious numismatic auctions and collector networks around the world.